Hi guys, this is Andy, and for my next movie review slash recommendation, we're going to be looking at a movie that was created by both Japanese and Chinese animators called Flavors of Youth. I highly recommend this film because the animation looks absolutely beautiful, and you should just watch it alone for that reason. The movie is split into three separate stories, and each analyzes a specific theme: memory, beauty, and love. The first story follows a young man named Xiaoming, reminiscing about his childhood and the memory of his favorite noodle dish, Sanxiang Mi Fen, from different local restaurants. To start, look at how gorgeous the noodles look. Animation like this is why food porn exists. Each new iteration of the noodle dish shows a different stage in the young man's life. As a child, the handmade Sanxiang Mi Fen represented the heartwarming bond between him and his elderly grandmother. Entering his teenage years, the machine-made noodles, but still delicious, represented the young man discovering what falling in love means. And now in the present, the mass-produced Sanxiang Mi Fen on an industrial scale shows a young man leaving his local town and moving to work in a major urban center. As the story progresses, you see his confusion with an experience that he took for granted and that he believes is gone. Each time the noodle dish is prepared differently, the story shows a different life stage for Xiaoming. It's not until he returns to his rural town to experience his favorite childhood noodle dish again that he can relive his past and understand his roots. The following story is about the life of a fashion model's relationship with her sister and fame. Yiling's modeling career peaked when she was featured in magazines and starred in multiple fashion shows. She is well respected by her fellow peers and she loves her younger sister, Lulu. But soon, a younger fashion model begins to take the spotlight away from her. In the latest fashion interview, she was outcompeted by a younger model. You see her anger and disappointment begin to affect the people closest to her, especially her younger sister and her manager. She desperately wants to be the dear role model to her younger sister and wants to support her as much as she can. However, her efforts would backfire dramatically and lead to her needing medical assistance. The stress and frustration would eventually climax and lead to a falling out with her sister. They start becoming awkward around each other and start avoiding each other. However, no matter how much bad blood there is, when you are at your lowest point in life, someone you call family will help lift you up. The final drama reveals a forgotten love story between two kids in Shanghai. A frustrated architect named Li Mo, with the help from his friend, moves into a large metropolitan area. While moving, he stumbles upon something that was created during the prehistoric ages: a cassette tape. He found out that the cassette tape was from his childhood crush, Xiao Yu. Wait a minute. Hold on a sec. They literally copy the same character design from Your Name. Bro, like even the main female character will cut her hair short like Mitsuha. Anyway, as he runs back home to where his cassette player is located, the wave of memories come back to him. He remembers how they would send each other cassette tape to talk about their future, their dreams, and goals. However, the childhood love story would end, as a certain event would lead to their paths diverging from each other. Xiao Yu plans on attending a different, more prestigious high school, which would cause her to leave their hometown. Li Mo, out of frustration, declared that he would attend the same prestigious high school to surprise Xiao Yu. Their focus changed from each other to themselves. Time passed and they began feeling awkward around each other. But deep down, they both wanted to stay together and go back to the time when they would spend every day with each other. As time flies, Li Mo and his friend cooperate to build new housing complexes where they grew up. He realized that he made a mistake, but somehow life found a way to intersect the paths of these two. They would cross paths and attempt to rekindle their lost friendship. My final thoughts about the movie is that it is beautifully animated, and the story effectively highlights the three major themes of nostalgia, beauty, and love. You get to see all the major characters reflect upon their youth and current experiences, how it would shape their actions and motivation. But the film is in no way perfect. The drawback with the film is that the character development can be weak in some areas. You aren't affected deeply by a character's experiences if you yourself have not experienced something similar. With the short runtime, the film couldn't devote as much time as needed to really flesh out each character and made you really care about their struggles in life. There were also side characters that were introduced but never contribute to the story or character development. They could have played a major role, however, the story concluded before it could be explored. Some character motives and actions were questionable. The movie is far from a masterpiece, but that's not the reason why I wanted to talk about it. You should watch Flavors of Youth because the success of the film would encourage future collaboration and funding for even larger animated film projects. You may not be able to relate completely with all the characters presented in the movie, but there will be a point in your life where one of the stories will hit you, because you yourself have experienced something that's similar to these characters. You will find that your experiences in life is like someone, and that you are not alone in your struggles. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Chinese film recommendations/reviews. Like the video if you enjoyed it.